Okay, so what you'll need is some vinyl or some leather, or you can use denim, whatever you want to do to suit your bag. Then this is a hole puncher, it's a hand hole puncher, it's just easy on the hands. And some cotton cord that will go inside your handle, and that's approximately 1 centimetre thickness. You'll also need some wax thread. I use the wax thread because it's very strong. And also the most important thing is leather needles for the sewing machine. So these are the handles we're going to make. You can design your own. We're going to be doing this brown one. It's a wider bottom with holes in, and that's what you're going to use the thread for when you're sewing it to your bag. So to start off, there's my little pattern. What I did was I found a bag with handles that I liked from a charity shop, and I took the handles off, took it apart, and I drew the pattern using the old handles. So get your vinyl or leather and draw your pattern. Here's one I did a little bit earlier in Blue Peter style. So I'm just going to show you the measurement for it. So that's 16 3/4 by 2.5. Again, you can lengthen it as much as you want to. I do it at 2.5 wide because that makes it a bit more comfortable to sew. If you want to do a narrower handle, then you can do. You just draw whatever size you want. So now we're going to get the cord. And you want to place it starting from there, at that point, not there, at that point there, and take it to the same side, there, cut it. Then once you've done that, sew a couple of rows just on the edge there. Okay, so now you've sewn it, what you need to do is get the wax thread, and you're going to put a couple of stitches in. So if you just split the thread, it's a bit fiddly at the minute, split the thread, and that saves you tying a knot or anything like that, and it'll save your end getting lost. Put a couple of 3 knots on the end just to secure it. And then we're going to put a couple of stitches through the 3 stitches, and that should make it secure. Pull it tight, just test it, that's it, should hold. And that's that thread is going to help you pull it through as you are sewing the handle. So what will happen, it will be positioned like that, you'll fold it over and you'll be sewing along that edge. Okay, so we're going to do some sewing now. I've got the length is going to be 4 for the top stitch. It's a nylon top stitch thread and a normal thread for the bobbin. So you position, hold the thread tight, what's attached to the cord. Leave the cord out of the the loop just at the moment and position just on the edge. And what you're going to do is do a few stitches and then do reverse stitch, and we'll just sew a little bit and then stop. Make sure your needle is still in the fabric down and pull the cord. And you're going to keep on doing that till you get to the end. So sew a bit and then pull the cord just so it sits right by the needle. This just helps if you keep pulling the cord as you're sewing, stop, start, stop, start, because if you try and pull the cord through after you've sewn, it's a little bit more harder. And then sew to the end and remember to do a reverse stitch on it. Once that's done, just snip off the edges and pull the cord, making sure that it's even both sides. Okay, now you're going to be trimming the excess off, so cut the thread, wax thread out and snip any other threads. And there we go. So you're going to be cutting the excess leather off or the excess vinyl off and get as close as possible to the stitching, but obviously leave a little tiny bit for manoeuvre. And then you can just tidy up if you need to. So now we're going to be punching the holes in, ready for when you're going to attach it to your bag. So using the hole puncher, I bought this because it's easy to use and it's quick, just makes the holes precise, and you just push it in and it'll make the holes. Space them out. I usually get about 8 holes either side, and that helps it just even it all out. So that's it then. There you go. You've done your handles. And there we go. So what you'll do now is you'll use the wax thread to sew around when you're attaching the handles to the bag. Thank you for watching.